I'm sure you've had this happen many times. You made a mistake in the past and you keep coming back to it in the present. You remember what you did then. You think about what you would do today. Yes, now you know what you didn't think about that time, but this is your past. You need to understand how to leave the events that have already happened behind and only learn from them. Don't get stuck in the self-destruction for mistakes that cannot be changed. And by the way, this is one of my personal problems that I myself have been struggling for many years. I'll start with a life story. I actually think that I'm pretty good at this now, but I also used to worry a lot about missed opportunities. There are always an incredible number of doors around, you just need to choose which one to go into. Sometimes you make the right choice, and sometimes you make a mistake. A striking example: there was a moment when I had a significant amount of money in my hands, and I faced a dilemma how to use it. I was thinking between investing in a business and allocating it in crypto. Today is September 25th, 2023. Bitcoin is worth about $26,000, and now I would be in a tangible profit. It's easy to understand. I chose to invest in business because I wanted to build a system that would generate profit from activities and not just increasing the number on my balance. A long story short, that business wasn't profitable and I lost a lot of money. For a couple of months after that, I felt regret for the choice I had made. But then I remembered my own principles, which I will talk about a bit later. I also realized that it was a very important experience that taught me how to manage serious money. If I hadn't made this mistake then, back in the days, would I have become stronger today? I think no. I dealt with that incident a long time ago, and now I'm probably even grateful to myself for that choice because it turned into a valuable lesson and taught me a lot. Now I want to talk about 3 principles that showed me how to leave the past behind and move forward. First, any mistake tomorrow is more expensive than a mistake today. This is one of my favorite ideas that I stick to no matter what. And it made me stop being afraid of making the wrong step. Understand one thing: if you believe in yourself and that you'll achieve the success, while you are at the start, the stakes are very low. Everything that is happening now will seem like a kindergarten in 10 years, and therefore it's better to lose $1,000 today in order to save $1 million later. I divide mistakes into 2 types: useful and useless. The first type gives you an important experience that you can apply in the future. The second type doesn't affect your thinking in any way. And yes, as you understand, the idea is to find a purpose in any useless mistake. Do you think that's impossible? I would argue with that. The thing is that it all depends on your mindset and your approach. I can tell you how I do it myself. When I realize I've gone off track somewhere, I write it down on my list of things to think about during my next walk on the beach. I've already told you what my walks mean to me, but to refresh it, they act as a detox for my brain. So when I come to the ocean, I go and talk to myself about causes and defects. I think about lessons that specific cases taught me and how can I become stronger because of a mistake I've made. I don't agree with simply admitting local defeats and forgetting. I'm looking for benefit in everything for myself and my growth. The further you go, the higher the stakes become. When you are at the start, any wrong step will be a lesson, nothing is critical. Just analyze your experience and remember about the butterfly effect. Second, always look at what value do you take away from the lesson. Even when I was a teenager, I realized that I need to learn how to let go of the mistakes of the past and move on. I developed a very simple system that helped me in it. I started relying on numbers. This is not the best way to evaluate the value of a lesson, but then it was helping me. When I made a mistake, I thought about 2 things. How much money would I pay to learn the lesson that this situation gave me, and how much money in the future I will make or save because I walked through this path today. In 90% of cases, my calculations more than satisfied me, and this helped me to concentrate on moving forward, defeating stagnation. My point isn't just about the long-term financial benefits of your mistakes. It's more about the value in general, about those conclusions that would remain inaccessible to you if you did everything as you wanted. Strength is not in always being right, but in the ability to become stronger even when many people would see only defeat. Sometimes even the stagnation has a lot of behind it. It depends on the angle from which you look. When nothing happens, you have a lot of time to think and search for meanings. Take away the chewing gum from your mind, which infinitely forces it to return to reflection of the mistake it made. Learn the lesson, become stronger, and move on. Third, even if you lose everything, it won't stop you. This is another important principle on which I build my life. In the event of complete loss of everything I have, all my experience will remain with me. No one will take it away. Even if I lose all my money in a bad deal, it won't stop me on my way to the goal. On the contrary, it could become a reboot after which a new Kirill will be born. Nullification is often even useful because it burns bridges and gives you no other choice but to move forward. Many call this the bottom, after which only the way up opens. And I believe that often this is exactly the lever that is worth pulling to change your life. Of course, it's not often you meet a person who will deliberately give up everything and start the game again. I'm talking more about when you find yourself in such situation against your will. You must understand that your success doesn't depend on the money, things and tools that you have today. It depends on you. Only death cannot be reversed, and even then the modern scientists can argue with this statement. Everything else can not only be survived but also used to your advantage. Therefore, catch this thought. Even under the worst circumstances, you will stay afloat. The main thing is not to stop. These are 3 principles that taught me to leave the past behind and move forward. I hope that you will benefit from them as well. The skill of concentrating on present and future will allow you to consistently move forward without deviating from the path. So pay attention to it. If you can become stronger after your failures, you will have no equal. Guys, thank you so much for checking this video, for following my channel. Yes, it's still very small. I have only 63 followers as for now. But you know, I believe that in the future my channel will be much bigger. It will help many people to achieve their goals and I will change their lives. This is my main purpose here on YouTube. So if you liked this video, give me your like. If you didn't, give me your dislike. Write the comment below to explain your position. Follow my channel and see you in the day after tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much again.